You need a freelancer. The obvious choice is going to Fiverr.
You probably thought this was that annoying Fiverr ad. Well, it's not. In this video, we're gonna look at why this commercial is amazing and terrible at the same time. What's up to all my freelancers, designers, and creatives? This is Nathan. Welcome to another episode of Freelance Jumpstart, where we bridge the gap between business acumen and creativity, and we put those together. So really, if you saw from the intro, I'm talking about a particular commercial I have seen online over and over. And since I'm a designer, freelancer, work with different people as a consultant and strategist, since I do all those things, I click on those types of videos and ads, and I guess I fell into the algorithm of YouTube as a person who cares about creative work. That being said, I've been subjected to watch a certain commercial over and over again and forced. I cannot skip it. I have to watch it. And the commercial I'm referring to is Need a Freelancer by Fiverr. Now, for those of you who don't know, Fiverr is a service where you can go and find a freelancer or creative to do a specific job for you or a specific task at a low price. Well, really, the price varies, but the thing they advertise is a low price. So it's pretty much a marketplace for freelancers. Put in your budget, search for what it is that you need. You get a list of many different creatives and you choose the person who works best with you based on their reviews and their portfolio of work. That being said, I want to talk about their commercial. The commercial I've seen for it, I actually think it is amazing. It starts out very strong. The commercial highlights the problem very clearly, that if you are someone who needs to get some work done, don't go searching the internet. Don't go asking 50,000 people. Save time. Go to Fiverr.com. Fiverr is not sponsoring this video, by the way. Search for your creative and get things started. You as a business owner have more important things to focus on. Focus on building your business. Focus on meeting deadlines. Don't worry about trying to find a freelancer on your own. Go to Fiverr.com and make it easy. So far, everything about this commercial is awesome. The color grading is very good. It shows that it's vibrant and upbeat. It's honestly entertaining. It has a sense of humor, but it's still grounded in realism. Not only that, but the sound effects and even the sound design and the soundtrack is actually upbeat. So everything about this commercial is good until they make one critical mistake.
Maybe simplicity just isn't for you. So you'll find yourself in that overpriced boutique studio that charges triple for the same gig.
Okay, stop. There it is right there. That is where the problem begins in this commercial. They went from focusing on how Fiverr can benefit the potential client who's watching the video to sneaking in a diss against almost all creative agencies. They went from focusing on the fact that Fiverr can save you time, can save you money, to switching to Fiverr is better than all those other overpriced design and creative studios. This is where the commercial goes from amazing to starting to veer towards terrible, and it does it in less than 8 seconds. Even look at the background. It literally says pretentious studio. And for those who need a quick reminder, let's look at the definition of pretentious. Attempting to impress by affecting greater importance, talent, culture than is actually possessed. So in other words, they're trying to say, we've all been through those times where you find a boutique design studio or boutique creative studio, and they're really just overpriced. They're 3 times the price, and they're charging for the same thing Fiverr can offer you for 3 times less the price. Now, this is absolutely terrible because Fiverr doesn't necessarily offer the very same thing that these boutique studios offer. And the fact that they're trying to make it look like they're equal in the same is where this commercial starts taking a downturn. Let's park here for just a second. And as amazing as this commercial is, it glosses over the fact that Fiverr offers only deliverables. In other words, you're going to Fiverr to get something done, something created, and you need a quick turnaround per se. You're going to get something made and or produced for you rather than strategy that is being offered. Now, why did I say the word strategy? And it's true. Sometimes maybe you do need a quick deliverable. Maybe you do need a flyer to be created. You need a quick logo, or maybe you do need some photos retouched so you can move on to the next thing. However, sometimes what you need done takes a lot more planning, takes a lot more analyzing, takes a lot more strategy to get done, or really to ask the question, where should you maximize or spend all of your effort before you dive into the whole creative process or the process of actually making something? Strategy is important for that. And the funny thing is, it seems to poke a jab at boutique studios or studios in which I tend to work with and know that they do offer strategy. It tends to poke at that a bit, which is ironic because I can tell by the way this video was created, strategy was used. There's actually more than one commercial. I tend to see one about freelancers all the time. However, there's actually 5 other ones. There's one focusing on if you need a website. There's another one if you need a freelancer, if you need a logo, if you need a voiceover, and if you need an online video. And majority of the video is the same, but there are small little nuances that make it different. As a matter of fact, they have some of the same actors in this commercial actually dress up as different people to better tailor the message to the specific audience they're trying to reach and the specific point they're looking to drive home. So this made me a bit curious. That being said, I started doing a bit of research and I poked around and I found out the exact company who helped produce this commercial. And I can definitely say this company falls more in line with the type of boutique studios that the commercial is in a sense talking about. Now, I know I've said a lot about the commercial and I've called out some specific things, but I want to get to the exact point of why I wanted to call out this commercial. This was really to talk about strategy. And if you really want to understand what strategy is and how it differs to the Fiverr marketplace versus you as a creative business owner, or you who is maybe aspiring to start to create your own agency or become more of a strategist, then you will need to know what strategy is. That being said, I do have a video where I talk about the difference between a freelancer, an agency, and a consultant, but let's review that really quick. So simply put, we're gonna look at 4 quick quadrants of the creative process. So I believe the full creative process looks something like this. We start in the upper left-hand corner where you have planning and strategy. So you're looking to see what it is you're going to do to map out the best chart. How are you going to chart the best path forward? You might do research, you might do discovery, you might do some type of positioning. What are you going to do? Then you move on to creation and development. This is a part of the process where you're creating assets to be used in a product or a marketing campaign of sorts, right? So then after that, once something is created, you move down to the bottom right to the execution or production phase. So in other words, you are deploying or launching the very things that you've created. And you can use this whether it be in email marketing, marketing campaigns for social media, whatever it might be. Then finally, on the bottom left-hand side, we get to analyze and optimize. This is the point where you get to analyze the work that you did and see how it performed in the market, and did it reach the goals that you set out in the planning and strategy process. This is the entire creative process, but there's one fundamental thing to understand. On the left 2 quadrants, this is where consultants and those who offer strategy, or known as strategists, this is where they lie. On the left-hand side, they do planning, strategy, they analyze, and they're looking to make something better. On the right-hand side is the whole creation, development, and execution. All the people that tend to be, or should I say the majority of people who are sellers on the Fiverr platform, fall on the right-hand side. So in other words, they're getting the job done, they're not offering strategy. At least most of them. Again, the reason why I said this commercial was amazing is I thought it did a great job at, the storytelling it did and really speaking a direct message to the target audience they want to reach. But the reason I called it terrible is I find it ironic that in the very same commercial, they're, in a sense, dissing or trying to slightly discredit the very same type of agencies and studios that were used to create this very same commercial. Now, I'd like to get into a little segment I'd like to call What Fiverr Should Have Done. And in all honesty, I think this commercial is almost flawless, but the flaw it has can definitely change things drastically for the person who's watching. If Fiverr really wanted to, in a sense, tout and talk about their service without alienating or talking about other agencies or design studios, they should have maybe done this. Shoot the same video, use the same production company, shoot the video, have the script written, write it, and have the same studio map things out exactly the same. However, use sellers on Fiverr for this project, even if you had to pay them a little more. Use sellers for this project to edit the video to be exactly how you would like it to be. Now, maybe they did that. I'm not 100% sure, but at least from everything I did from my research, it doesn't look like they did that. So that being said, how much more would it speak volumes of how good your marketplace is if the very thing you used for your own advertising was the people who live within your marketplace? So in other words, if you are a creative, are you drinking the Kool-Aid? Do you really believe and value and trust the people who work within your very same company to do work that represents your company? Now, I get it. Sometimes as creatives, it can be very difficult to, in a sense, be your own client, right? So sometimes it's good to have that third party work with you and, come at things from a different angle that you normally wouldn't do. But as I said, it would have made perfect sense if sellers were used to edit, produce, and even market this very same campaign, and the company actually chronicle or vlog that process. It could have been some behind the scenes content to show, look, we trust our marketplace so much that we use them. All in all, look, if you didn't get anything else from this video, I want you to get this main point. If you're really looking to level up your business as a creative, you really are going to have to learn some type of strategy. It cannot just be, I need a flyer, and then you create the flyer. You have to start thinking about what the next step is. If somebody comes to you and says, I need a flyer, then the thought would be, at least the strategic thought, would be to ask the right type of questions. Not only that, but then say, okay, what do you plan to do with the flyer? How many would you like to be printed? What type of printing would you like to have? Is the interaction going to be passed out and handed to people individually? Is it going to be sent in the mail? You start asking more questions surrounding strategic choices rather than just getting the work done. But learning strategy is not just asking the right questions, it's also getting your client to trust you enough to make decisions on their behalf that would be for the betterment of their marketing campaign and also their business. That being said, strategy is something that must be learned. And I think you've all seen strategy, maybe even witnessed it, but it's not something you can do by flipping on a switch. It's something that has to be practiced, has to be learned. But once you add strategy to your business, you can get out of the crowd of all those creatives that are fighting for the same low-paying job on Fiverr and start entering a place where you get high-value clients and clients who not only will pay you to create something, but will pay you for your design thinking. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video. I greatly appreciate it. If you like anything I had to say, give this video a thumbs up. And I want to hear your thoughts on that commercial too. Maybe you see it all the time and it's showing up for you 50 times a day like it is for me. I want to hear your thoughts. Leave those in the comments as well. And in the next couple of episodes and videos, we are going to get into strategy. Let's talk deeper about what strategy is and why it's important for you to think strategically and show that you can be a partner with strategy so that you can start moving towards the higher value clients like what Fiverr used. I guarantee you they chose a partner who was strategic and they got paid in a completely different realm than what they pay people on Fiverr. Well, until the next one, I will catch you later. See ya.